Kang Ji-yoon is the president of People's executive search firm. She is excellent at her job and makes decisive choices, but she is often confused in other areas. She frequently mistakes other people's cars for her company's and has a messy office. She complains that her friend and CFO, Seo Mi-ae, has not found her a suitable secretary. Seo Mi-ae counters that secretaries resign due to Kang Ji-yoon's temper, and now no one is applying for the position. Kang Ji-yoon is tasked by a client to recruit mobile engineer Yang Ho-jin, who is underutilized at his current company but could receive the best offer from the client's company. Yang Ho-jin is tempted just as he is about to receive Kang Ji-yoon's information. Suddenly, Yoo Eun-ho, the HR manager from Yang Ho-jin's company, intervenes and interrupts their conversation. The company had dispatched the capable Yoo Eun-ho to retain Yang Ho-jin by any means necessary. Yoo Eun-ho requests a private talk with Yang Ho-jin, who then finds an excuse to escape the tug-of-war. Kang Ji-yoon blames Yoo Eun-ho for sabotaging her plan, and he advises her to give up. On their way down the mountain, without any streetlights, Kang Ji-yoon uses her phone for light, but it suddenly turns off due to low battery. Yoo Eun-ho uses his phone to light their way down. Before parting, Kang Ji-yoon tells Yoo Eun-ho that their meeting was a mistake and hopes they never meet again. Under Yoo Eun-ho's meticulous planning, Yang Ho-jin attends a company gathering with colleagues who have worked with him for many years. The warm atmosphere and a presentation of Yang Ho-jin's first mobile design remind him of his contributions over 2 decades. Although moved, Yang Ho-jin does not commit to staying. Kang Ji-yoon does not give up and visits him again the next day, learning that he plans to attend his son's soccer game at school. She offers to drive him, but Yoo Eun-ho has already delivered many supportive items to his son's class. Impressed by Yoo Eun-ho's actions, Yang Ho-jin decides to stay and declines Kang Ji-yoon's offer. Angered, Kang Ji-yoon leaves while Yoo Eun-ho is praised at a dinner prepared by HR colleagues. The atmosphere is joyful until the minister sits down and downplays Yoo Eun-ho's efforts, deliberately ignoring him while serving drinks to everyone else. Sensing the minister's hostility, Yoo Eun-ho swallows his pride and politely serves the minister, who then sets his drink aside and has others pour for him instead. Yoo Eun-ho endures the disrespect, helps the drunken minister into a car, and bows politely as he leaves, but receives only disdain in return. Yoo Eun-ho leaves early to care for his daughter, and his colleagues discuss why the minister treated him so unfairly, acknowledging his hard work and good relationships. A year ago, the minister took on an important project and chose the capable Yoo Eun-ho as his assistant. Completing this project would secure a promotion and a raise for him. Unexpectedly, Yoo Eun-ho was informed by a kindergarten teacher that his daughter, Yoo Byul, had been drawing only in black and white, depicting herself locked up in every drawing and rarely speaking at school, showing signs of autism. Yoo Eun-ho, a single father, applied for parental leave to care for his daughter. The minister, not wanting to miss the promotion opportunity, ordered him to postpone his leave. Despite threats from the minister about facing difficulties if he abandoned the project, Yoo Eun-ho insisted on taking the leave. He returned to work after the leave ended, only to face retaliation from the minister. The minister had Yoo Eun-ho handle tasks typically assigned to interns, such as organizing meeting documents. After setting up the meeting room, Yoo Eun-ho was about to present when the minister dismissed him, stating that his presence made no difference. Yoo Eun-ho compromised again, handed his prepared presentation to a colleague, and left the meeting room. Feeling unable to endure further, Yoo Eun-ho considered resigning, but his colleagues reminded him of his responsibilities towards Yoo Byul and his financial obligations. He decided to persevere. However, the minister soon lashed out at him in front of all colleagues, falsely accusing him of colluding with Yang Ho-jin, who had resigned and allegedly taken many confidential documents overseas. Unable to contact Yang Ho-jin, Yoo Eun-ho thought of seeking help at Kang Ji-yoon's company. Just as he parked, Kang Ji-yoon, confused again, mistakenly entered his car. Realizing the mistake, she hurriedly left. Yoo Eun-ho caught up with her, accusing her of unscrupulous methods to recruit Yang Ho-jin. Amidst the confusion, Yoo Eun-ho received a message from Yang Ho-jin stating he was at the airport. Without time to explain, Yoo Eun-ho rushed to the airport. At the airport, they discovered that another company had recruited Yang Ho-jin, who explained that he had been removed from the project long ago and could not have accessed confidential files. The company had only pretended to value him to avoid the stigma of employee turnover. Feeling undervalued and needing money, he chose to work overseas. Yoo Eun-ho apologized for not understanding Yang Ho-jin's situation. Yang Ho-jin consoled him, saying that to their company, they were just expendable. Their fate was to be used and discarded. Then, Yoo Eun-ho received a call from a colleague informing him that his belongings had been taken by an investigative team. The minister had framed him for leaking company secrets and issued his termination. Meanwhile, Kang Ji-yoon had collapsed at work due to overwork. Doctors diagnosed her with a neurological disorder caused by excessive stress, leading to confusion, speech errors, and insomnia. She was advised to reduce her workload and stress. Seo Mi-ai forced Kang Ji-yoon to relax and do something she enjoys. Kang Ji-yoon chose to read at a bookstore. To help reduce Kang Ji-yoon's workload, Seo Mi-ai believed that hiring a qualified secretary was crucial. The next day, Kang Ji-yoon bumped into Yoo Eun-ho in the elevator and wondered why he was there. To her surprise, he followed her out of the elevator and into her company. At Seo Mi-ai's call, Yoo Eun-ho approached Kang Ji-yoon, and Seo Mi-ai introduced him as the new secretary. Over the past year, with Yoo Eun-ho's support, Yoo Byul's condition had improved. Her drawings were colorful, and the characters were more vibrant. Doctors told him that his daughter's emotional barriers had opened, and there was no longer a need for concern. To celebrate, Yoo Eun-ho invited friends over for dinner, one of whom was Seo Mi-ai's husband. On the way to Yoo Eun-ho's house, the friend asked Seo Mi-ai to consider hiring Yoo Eun-ho at her company. Seo Mi-ai was hesitant because Yoo Eun-ho had been fired from his previous company, and a background check would reveal this. However, upon arriving and seeing the well-organized and clean household, and how adeptly Yoo Eun-ho managed a near accident with Yoo Byul, Seo Mi-ai was impressed. She saw that Yoo Eun-ho was clean, organized, and able to handle emergencies, perfect as Kang Ji-yoon's secretary. Seo Mi-ai offered him the job, promising manageable hours to care for Yoo Byul and a 50% salary increase. Yoo Eun-ho, needing the money, agreed and started work the next day. When Kang Ji-yoon learned that Yoo Eun-ho was the new secretary, she initially refused to accept him because he had interfered with her attempt to recruit Yang Ho-jin. Seo Mi-ai exclaimed that this proved Yoo Eun-ho's capability. She showed Kang Ji-yoon his resume, urging her to trust her judgment in talent scouting. Kang Ji-yoon, needing to meet a client, returned to her office to find her high heels in the mess. Yoo Eun-ho promptly found the shoes for her, and she left without a word. Meanwhile, Seo Mi-ai introduced Yoo Eun-ho to all colleagues, who warmly welcomed the challenging new secretary. At that moment, Kang Ji-yoon was meeting with a major client who was planning to build Korea's tallest building and needed a project planner. If Kang Ji-yoon could find the right candidate, her firm would be in charge of assembling the entire team. She assured the client she would find the perfect candidate. After meeting with a client, Kang Ji-yoon encountered an acquaintance from another headhunting firm who, taking advantage of being her senior, belittled her. Feeling depressed, Kang Ji-yoon returned to her office where Yoo Eun-ho greeted her, but she coldly walked past him without acknowledging him. Seo Mi-ai, eager for Kang Ji-yoon to accept Yoo Eun-ho, handed him important client and candidate files and explained work taboos. Yoo Eun-ho used his organizing and planning skills to tidy up the chaotic office, sorting documents by urgency and scheduling on the wall. He hoped for Kang Ji-yoon's approval, but she angrily threw the documents on the table and stormed out. Seo Mi-ai clarified to Yoo Eun-ho that the angle of the staple pins should be 45 degrees, a peculiar preference of Kang Ji-yoon. She also told him the location of Kang Ji-yoon's favorite coffee shop and reminded him to keep the coffee neither too hot nor too cold. Yoo Eun-ho found the coffee shop in an alley and after a long wait brought the coffee to Kang Ji-yoon, who took a sip and then threw it in the trash. Despite this, Yoo Eun-ho, following Seo Mi-ai's advice, kept an eye on Kang Ji-yoon. He witnessed her clumsiness firsthand as she bumped her head and twisted her ankle in the office. Meanwhile, Kang Ji-yoon noticed Yoo Eun-ho's competence as he effortlessly fixed the printer and helped staff with technical issues. Her office became tidy, and the wilted plants were replaced with vibrant fresh flowers. The coffee he brought was at the perfect temperature, which pleased her. Although internally she recognized Yoo Eun-ho's skills, she was reluctant to keep him on staff. When Kang Ji-yoon went to the storeroom and almost hit a cabinet corner, Yoo Yoon-ho timely shielded the sharp edge. Their close proximity led to a strangely intimate moment as they exchanged looks. Yoo Yoon-ho handed her the documents she was looking for and told her to let him know if she needed anything. Kang Ji-yoon then asked to talk, telling him there was no need to please her. She wanted a secretary who aligned with her work ethic. Yoo Yoon-ho had previously criticized her lack of basic professional ethics and focus only on client acquisition. He apologized for his past remarks and asked for a chance to prove himself based on the standards of a secretary. Kang Ji-yoon reviewed Yoo Yoon-ho's resume, noting his parental leave and single father status. She decided to set aside her biases and regard him as a secretary. Their working relationship gradually improved. Yoo Yoon-ho would protect her from sharp desk edges while she organized files on the floor and applied soft corners to furniture. Yoo Yoon-ho picked up his daughter and a neighbor's son from school each day, helping the single mother who often assisted Yoo Byul. Kang Ji-yoon grew fond of Yoo Yoon-ho, watching him play happily with the children, and wished time could stand still in those moments. Meanwhile, back at home, Kang Ji-yoon was lonely and reluctant even to turn on the lights. After receiving a caring message from Seo Mi-ae, she remembered her childhood dependence on her father, who had died trying to save others in a fire, leaving her to grow up alone. Seeing Yoo Yoon-ho across the street added to her emotional state, especially when she learned it was the anniversary of her father's death, a day she always found difficult. Seo Mi-ae asked Yoo Yoon-ho to ensure Kang Ji-yoon ate, leading him to take her to a home-style restaurant to provide some comfort. There, Kang Ji-yoon queried why Yoo Yoon-ho took a year off during a critical time in his career, to which he replied it was to fulfill a promise to stay by his daughter's side. His words touched Kang Ji-yoon deeply, reminding her of her father's broken promises. She left the restaurant abruptly, struggling to control her emotions. Yoo Yoon-ho followed, bringing food and medicine, trying to care for her as she broke down over spilled water, crying out for a secretary who simply followed orders rather than meddling. As she faced a competition from a rival senior trying to steal her client, Kang Ji-yoon confronted him, only to be attacked using her emotional vulnerabilities, accusing her of causing a death. Haunted by past accusations of betrayal and murder, she left the office overwhelmed, hearing echoes of curses. As she nearly collapsed, Yoo Yoon-ho ran to her, and she reached out to him, seeking redemption, collapsing into his arms as he caught her.